Hi there, Vince from Gradelink here, and in this video I'm going to talk about how you can integrate the event calendar on your school website with Google Calendar. So the first step is going to be to log into your website and access the dashboard. Once you've done so, you can hover over the events icon on the sidebar here and click on Import. Once you've done that, you should get to a page that looks like this, New Import, and Import Origin. So for the purpose of this video, we're going to select Google Calendar, and the import name, you can call it whatever you want. It could be an athletics calendar, it could be academic calendar. For the purpose of this, I'm going to call it academic calendar. And you can set up either a one-time import or a scheduled import. So if you want to consistently be able to add events to the Google Calendar and have it populate on the website, you'll want to do scheduled import. One-time import would be if you're trying to migrate away from another calendar and you want to manage the event calendar going forward, then you can do that. So I would not recommend doing more than hourly. On demand, you have to manually push a button. Every 30 minutes tends to overload the site, so please don't do that one. Hourly can also overload the site, so the best is if you do daily or weekly, but if you really need to have an hourly synchronization where it checks once per hour for new events on the Google Calendar, then that's good. But every 30 minutes, it's probably going to crash the site on the long run. So it does tend to overload the server. Now for the URL, I'm going to show you exactly where to go in Google Calendar in order to get this URL. So first step, go to your Google Calendar. Then from the sidebar under My Calendars, you're going to select which calendar you want to integrate with the website. You can only do one at a time. You'll have to do a separate import for each one if you have multiple calendars. And I'm going to do it for Gradelink website. So we're going to hover over that and click on the three vertical dots here and click on Settings and Sharing. You'll see a whole bunch of settings here. So we're going to scroll all the way down to the Integrate Calendar section. And the one that we want it's actually not what you might think. It's not the public URL. It's not the embed code. It's actually the public address in iCal format. So copy this entire URL all the way from the HTTPS until the .ics. Copy this and pop back over to your site and paste in that URL right here in the URL. Make sure there's no extra spaces in front or behind the URL. And for the refining, you don't really need to do that, but you can actually click on Preview. And it should, if you see an error, then you might need to try again later. Sometimes there's an error might pop up, or you also need to make sure that the calendar is set to public. So access permissions for events you need to make available to the public, and then the public address in iCal format. So that could be one of the reasons for getting error. But normally you wouldn't get an error. It will display a list of the events, and you can then click Import and set up this scheduled import. So that's how you set it up, and going forward it'll check on the interval that you have set, whether it's daily, weekly, monthly, and it'll import new events that are created on the Google Calendar automatically to the site. And that's all there is to it.